Hi everyone, it's Eva Pietrzak here from Abundant Results Coaching, and today I want to share with you one of my favorite tools in business and in personal goals that can help you transform your goal achievement and help you generate ideas of how you can achieve something that maybe on another day you wouldn't even come up with. Now, in present economy, there's so much going on and so many changes in our businesses and in our income streams that we might be bombarded with thoughts of how we cannot achieve something. Maybe the normal way of earning or doing your business has been shifted, and everything outside of you might be telling you how you cannot achieve something. But I promise you, like in every economy, there have been people who have created ideas of how to get things done that maybe in other times when things were just plain normal you wouldn't even have opportunity to come up with. Like last month, for instance, my typical ways of doing business, which is live events, has been shifted. And very quickly, I needed to ask myself, what am I going to do in order to hit my revenue goals every month? And so, what I did this exercise and I came up with several different ways and means to still achieve my financial goals and actually exceeding them. So, what I've done, I've launched my new online course, which is first time ever, and it was launched within the space of 1 or 2 weeks. And also, I moved all my events online and I'm doing master classes online instead. Now, all of that took a bit of thinking and really working on what I can do rather than how I can't. And my mind could go towards the second place because most minds are going towards the second place right now. But because I have this tool and because I have all the training that I've been working on with Bob Proctor over the past 5 years, very quickly I looked at opportunities and ways and means of how I can achieve my goals, and I invented new ways and means of doing business that otherwise I wouldn't even come up with. Which, when everything comes back to normal, that means I have new income streams, which is actually happy days. Now, I know you can do the same, and maybe on a day-to-day basis, when it comes to achieving your big worthy goals, you might find right now specifically that your mind is being drawn to why you can't, problems and obstacles, and this tool is going to help you get everything you want and focus on what you can do. So the 333 tool is what I'm talking about. It actually comes from a story about a director of a radio station who, once upon a time, there was a flood in Canada, and a lot of housing estates and businesses have been flooded and impacted. And a director of radio station comes into the office and he says, guys, we're going to sit here for 3 hours in the boardroom and we're going to jot down ideas how to raise $3 million in 3 hours in 3 days. And most of the staff thought that he just flipped out. He went crazy and they didn't even want to work on it. But because they were working there and they had no other choice but to get into that boardroom, they went and played along. And so here's what he did. He walked them into the boardroom and he divided the whiteboard into two parts. And in the first part, he said how we can do it. This is where we're going to jot down ideas how we can do it. And the next part, we're going to jot down ideas why we can't. Except that when you say an idea that is potentially going to give us the result we want, we put it down. Whereas when you come up with ideas why it cannot be done, we just say next out loud and we don't even put it down. And so first person said, well, let's collaborate with other radio stations. And so that was, of course, I can idea. And so they put it down on the board. And then the next person right after says, well, but other radio stations want to compete with us. They will not want to work with us or collaborate to raise this money. And then people were like, next out loud, and they didn't even put down that idea. And guess what? As crazy as this goal was for majority of people in that department or in that radio stations, they actually came up with a way and mean to actually and they raised $3 million in 3 hours in 3 days, and they helped a lot of people. Now, you might not be dealing with a calamity like flood, but you might have some other goals that you want to achieve in your business, in your finances, or your personal life. And your mind may have tendency going into what I cannot do right now with current circumstances in current economy. And this tool can help you really come up with creative ways and means and program your mind to think how you can rather than how you can't. Now, if you do this tool every day for about 15 minutes, you might have your monthly income or sales goal or revenue goal, or you might have some sort of personal goal that you want to achieve. And every day for 15 minutes, you sit down with a blank sheet of paper, you write down that goal or that solution that you want to find or whatever you want to accomplish. You write it down at the top of the page. You divide the page into two parts. One of them is going to be how you can, and the other why you can't. And for 15 minutes, you think. Now, you might be thinking, well, I'm busy. There's so much going on in my business, in my personal life. I don't have time to think. And I promise you this, if you keep doing the same thing over and over every day, you're going to get the same results. But if you do use this activity, you're going to think of new creative ways of achieving even better results. And, some of my clients came up with new ways of earning through this activity when their typical ways of earning were shut. And this is like just one example, but there's so many things that you can accomplish when you train your mind how you can. Now, here's the good news. When you learn to do this for 15-20 minutes a day, over a period of time, you're going to notice that your mind is going to be like plucking ideas from everywhere you go. You might be in a shower and you get an idea towards that goal that you're working on. You might be walking the dog and you're going to get idea. Why? Because every day for 15 to 20 minutes, you made yourself think. And our mental faculties are so extraordinary that they can always come up with ideas about what you're focusing on. And we tend to focus on how we can accomplish something or why we can't. So you want to be trained, you want to train your mind like a puppy to work for you and to design your goals and to come up with creative ways and means of how you can accomplish your monthly or annual goals or how you can find some creative solutions. And I promise you, if you do this, this pays off hugely in your income, in your personal satisfaction. It's just quite extraordinary, especially right now. When your mind can be drawn into why you can't, you need to train it for idea generation because the ideas are always there. It's just what do you focus on? Now, for those of you who are interested to read the original story and really get in-depth idea of the 333 tool, it has changed my life completely and thousands of lives of my clients. You can join our Facebook community and then go to section called Units on the left of the Facebook page. And this is where you will find the full article that you can read even for 30 days daily. And that task is just going to be part of your toolbox. I promise you, it's just going to change your life. So it's really worth it. Take your time and maybe even spend 10-15 minutes every day, read that article and ingrain it. But most of all, I would love to encourage you to do the exercise every day and watch your ideas and innovation and creative ways of doing things skyrocket for you in your finances, in your business, and your personal goals. So thank you so much for watching. I hope it's been of value and you're going to use the exercise. I'm going to pop a link to the Facebook community under this video if you would love to read the full article and really learn that tool for life. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.